The concept of charging continues with lightning. Now, lightning is the first natural phenomena which is given in the book. In class 7th, you have learned that during the development of a thunderstorm, the air currents move upwards while the water droplets move downwards. So, air currents, it is right, so it moves up, and the water droplets move down. Now, this upward and downward movement cause separation of charges. Now, the process is the charges are distributed, and these charges are dependent on the ground as well as on the clouds. Now, when the wind blows heavily, the water droplets which are suspended in the air, they also move fast. When water droplets come together, then clouds are formed. Now, when wind blows, then the clouds also move faster and they rub against the air. So, due to movement of the clouds, the charges are developed in the cloud. The positive charges collect near the upper edge of the cloud and the negative charges accumulate near the lower edge. That means if there is a cloud, then on the upper side of the cloud there will be positive charge, and at the lower side there will be negative charge. So positive charge collects near the upper part and the negative charge collects near the lower part. So this difference of the charge between the upper and lower end makes the cloud charged. When the magnitude of the charge becomes very large, that means the clouds acquire large amount of charge, and when this charge becomes more, then the air, which is normally a poor conductor of electricity, is no longer able to resist the flow. The charge cannot remain collected in the clouds. Negative and positive charges meet. So when clouds are moving at a great speed, the movement of the clouds and the wind and the charges difference between the cloud produces streaks of bright light and sound. We see streaks as lightning, and this is called lightning, and then we say that there is a lightning strike. So this lightning strike takes place when there is a fast movement of charge and the clouds which are charged, they move against each other. Now these clouds which acquire the charge, they produce lightning, and this lightning is seen in the sky and along with large amount of sound. The question which is not given in the book is that if charge is produced, then why do you think sound is also produced? Sound is produced because the amount of charge which is developed in the sky, in the air, is huge. It is in huge amount of megawatts. This high amount of voltage produces high temperature, and therefore the air which is near the cloud suddenly becomes hot within seconds. So when this expands, the high temperature makes the air expand and it produces sound. So this sound you see as lightning strike and you hear